I suppose the first feeling I really had that was strong, spiritual feeling, was after taking LSD. Somebody, John Lennon and I were having dinner with somebody who was a dentist, and he dropped LSD in our coffee, and we took it, and ever since then it's all changed.
We got up and went into the sitting room, and just chatting, and then John said, we've really got to go. And the dentist said, you can't possibly leave yet. But John said, why? And he said, because you've just had LSD.
And he just put it in our coffee or something, yeah. And we went, he was saying, I advise you not to. He didn't know what it was. It was just a sort of, it's all the thing, with the sort of the middle class London swingers or whatever. I hadn't all heard about it, and they didn't know it was different from pot or pills. And they gave us it.
John freaked out because he understood what it was. George and I and Cynthia, no idea, never heard of it, didn't know why John was getting so angry.
He was saying, I advise you not to leave, and we thought he was all trying to keep us for an orgy in his house, and we didn't want to know,
What happens is it sort of makes a lot of blood go up into the brain, and you start using more of the brain through the chemical. You use more brain than you normally have used, and somehow the senses get heightened.
That was it. John said, right, we're definitely leaving. So we left and we got into our little Mini. I can't tell you what it's like. I don't know if you've ever taken a drug as strong as that, but you become so enormous in your mind. And so 4 people kept growing and growing in this tiny little Mini. It was surreal, and it was hallucinogenic, so it was very scary.
We would go, and we'd go in my car, and we drove. And this guy came as well in his car. We got to the nightclub.
We were just insane. We got in the lift, and we all thought there was a fire in the lift. It was just a little red light, and we were all screaming like that. And it was all hysterical. And we all arrived on the floor, because this was a discotheque that was up a building. We got, and the lift stops, and the door opens, and we were all going, ah!
It felt like the elevator was on fire, and that we were going into hell or something. But we were all in hysterics and like crazy. And then we got out at the top, and everything was okay, and I suppose. And we sat there probably for hours and hours. I ended up driving everybody home. It was like daylight. And I was driving this Mini with John and Cynthia and Pattie. And we were going I seem to remember we were doing 18 miles an hour. And I was really concentrating. Because some of the time, it just felt normal, like as though everything was okay. And then before you knew where you were, suddenly it was all crazy.